Hi everyone, it's Anna Runyon, and I am excited today to introduce you to Char Stackle. She is the woman behind lifeonherown.com. Welcome, Char. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Anna. Thank you. Thanks for having me. I appreciate this opportunity. This is wonderful.
Definitely, definitely. So tell us where you're at right now in your business journey.
Well, with Corporate Rescue Plan, there's 5 phases, and I'm kind of on the cusp between planner and side hustler. So yeah, I've been kind of doing a little bit of planning and side hustling. And one thing about Corporate Rescue Plan is it moved me through that planning phase pretty quickly, doing all the activities to get me to that side hustle phase. So it progressed really fast, which is great.
You're a planner. You like to plan. That's awesome. So oh yeah, go ahead.
I said, that's the problem. Sometimes you get wrapped up in the planning and you don't do the action. So that's one great thing about this program.
Yeah, once you're done with that planner, you got to move on.
Yeah.
So what fears and challenges did you have when you were starting this business?
Well, I think the hardest part for me starting this whole challenge is where to begin. You have this great idea and these things, kind of aspirations of where you want to go, but you don't know what to do with them. And that was my biggest challenge. And one thing with Corporate Rescue Plan, CRP, is that I was able to go through and just do the steps. And that was a great thing as far as the system. I'm kind of the idea of CRP, to me, it's the 3 biggest extraordinary things the value that I got out of it was first the community, because there's a great community of women in CRP that help support and get great ideas, and you know that you're not alone. The second is that content that I was telling you. It's just kind of just follow the steps and go along. And the third is the customer service, you guys, or your commitment, because you are so committed to helping us out and making sure that we are progressing along. And that was the biggest fear for me, is because I'm a planner, I can sit and plan all day, but I don't know where to go. And one thing about CRP is it gave me that avenue to keep going.
The structure and the community and the commitment. So before joining, you didn't really have a community?
No, I had signed up for other internet business programs before, and they did have their community, but a lot of the community was so huge that you were almost talking to a crowd of no one. And one thing about CRP is it's small enough and intimate enough that you can get a lot of that feedback. And I've been a recipient of help for my business cards, which was great help. But I've also helped other people too on their sales letters and different things as well. So it's a kind of a 2-way street.
Awesome. I love it too. Yeah. So you had some sort of community when you joined, but then you also were struggling with kind of like the steps. So you had the plan, but not the steps that you needed to take next.
Correct.
Okay. And then where and when did you learn about CRP?
I learned I think the first time I learned about you and Classic Career Girl was from your blog and a webinar that I had taken. And I was kind of struggling between whether I wanted to further my career somewhere or whether I wanted to start my own business. And I knew my heart was with my own business. And so I just, instead of going with the career path that your programs do, I ended up going with the Corporate Rescue Plan because I realized that's not really where I wanted to go.
Yeah, because you had done so much self-reflection in like prep school, we were just talking about, and really like uncovering direction too. And I think that's a huge point of like beginning to start a business too. That's often overlooked. You just like jump into starting a business. And I think a lot of your success too is from the fact that you did that hard work first and really discovered like that right path for you too. I can tell by just the way you're talking.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. So what did you think when you first joined?
I was really excited. However, I was a little nervous as well because I wasn't sure what to expect. But my fears were not kind of founded in anything, because because you can take 30 minutes a day to work on what you're given in the program. You don't have to spend hours and hours, and you can go pretty quickly. I think one of the biggest things that I was dragging my heels on was doing my business plan. And there was a business plan challenge, and at the end of it, Anna got to review my business plan, and I thought, I'm not going to let this opportunity pass me by. So every morning I worked probably about 30 to 45 minutes on my business plan, and I was done with it in a week. So it went really quickly, and you don't need to spend that much time on it, because sometimes those bigger things like a business plan can be so overwhelming, and it just took a couple little small steps here and there. So it worked out perfect.
So the challenges work.
Yeah, they do work, because there's that incentive at the end. And I think sometimes you need that to drive yourself forward.
Yeah. Well, I love putting them out there. So I'm glad that it's helping other people like actually do the work too, because it can be overwhelming, the business plan. But yeah, you definitely pushed through and got it done. So when would you say you kind of like made the commitment to really start and grow your business?
I made that commitment probably right at the beginning of that business plan, because it made me think, okay, if I'm putting this down on paper and this is what I want to build, then I better stick to it. It wasn't a dream anymore. It was actually a goal on paper.
Yeah, and it makes you feel so much more confident too, because you can look at it, it's on paper, and for someone like you who likes, the checklist and the plans and stuff, it's actually out there too.
Exactly.
So did you follow the modules then too inside of CRP?
Yes, so I am following the modules as well, and it's a nice balance between doing the modules as well as the challenges on the Facebook, because sometimes I have to let go of the challenges on the Facebook and realize, okay, this isn't the stage that I'm in, and that I can always come back to that. So going through the modules and just keeping that, like you said, the checklists going, that really helps me keep on track. And if I ever feel kind of lost and not sure what to do next, if I go back to the modules, I can pick up right there and go, oh yeah, it's right there.
Yes. Definitely. Yeah, that's the whole like phases, so you can kind of focus on what you need at this point in time and not get distracted by all the other stuff. So what would you say has been some of like the most important things that you have learned so far?
So a few things that I have learned so far is, first of all, you're not alone as far as balancing work and trying to do a business. A lot of times you can feel like as an entrepreneur, you're kind of alone in the sea. I think the world at large doesn't understand it. Yeah. And so having that community of women that are on the same path as you, they might be in different stages, but they're on that same path, gives you that, oh, I'm not alone doing this, especially if we're all from all over the world, which is really cool, because you get to see some amazing women doing some great stuff out there that, in my small little community here, there's not a whole lot. And so that's part of it. Going from the community, from the Facebook group, as well as learning how to network. So that would be my second takeaway, is networking within my small little community, because there is a great community of women here that are business owners as well, that I've gotten to learn and meet face to face, and just having that small Facebook group launched me into being able to network outside. So
that's really awesome. Yeah, once you get used to like how you're comfortable networking, and then taking it outside the computer and really meeting people face to face too. I love that.
Yeah.
So networking was a big action that you started taking, creating your business plan, finalizing that, getting it reviewed by me. That was another action that you've been taking. Are there any other like actions that you can think of that you've been taking?
So currently, right now, I'm on a goal to get 12 clients by May 31st, and that's kind of my quit my job day that I've set for myself. So right now, those actions and things that I'm working on is just networking a little bit more and setting up some calls. In fact, I just am going to be meeting with somebody locally that was really interested in working with me just today.
Yay.
So. Yeah.
Yes, that's awesome. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
This is new stuff. You got to fill us in on the Facebook group, all these new
Yeah.
things. But I like that you're setting goals for yourself too, and that you have that end in sight and the vision of where you want to head to. So that's all good. So what do you think your life would have been like if you had not joined CRP?
So if I hadn't joined CRP, I'd probably still be dreaming about wanting to do life on her own and wanting to help other women get their time management and productivity in their lives together. I think that I'd be trying to find that spot. I was a professional organizer before now because I thought this is what I wanted to do. I was really very passionate of helping women kind of own their life, and I thought, well, organizing their house is a huge thing because there's so much that we do within our homes. And then I worked with a lot of them, and no matter how much I did their closet or helped them organize their kitchen, they still felt like, I can't get my head around this. And I thought, yeah, there's got to be a larger, bigger something that I can do that isn't just a quick fix that helps them for a little bit, and then they're back to that crazy overwhelm.
Interesting. So I love how you're using your prior experience though. And
Yes.
It was almost like it was paving the way, like you were doing your research when you were that home organizer, and now you're utilizing it in the business today.
Yes. Yeah.
I love that. Awesome. So what are you the most proud of since you started your business?
What I'm the most proud of is, I think that the most proud that I am on this is to coming up with what it means for me for life on her own. So what the business vision is, and that I'm there to help other people or other women. I'm trying to figure out exactly how to put this. It's just, I know how important that our lives are when we're busy and putting together a business and putting together just a life that we want to create and want to spend with family and friends. Yeah. It's to me, that's really what I'm proud of, because I want to see that person, that woman go, I've really succeeded. I feel as though I'm able to de-stress. I'm able to just be where I am, being present, because I think a lot of the times we aren't present. And so I think that's where I'm proud of it, and be able to say, okay, this is what I am here for in the world.
I love that. And it's the same. A lot of the women I talk to have the same thing, because their most proud moment is the impact they make to other people. And I think that's what separates a lot of the women in CRP, is like there is that bigger purpose. There's the difference that we want to make. And I love that your proudest moment is impact. It is that impact that you're making, and seeing the change that your clients go through, from start to finish, and having being more present and stuff. So that's huge. So where can people find out more about you and what you're up to online?
Well, you can find out more from me at lifeonherown.com. And that's my website. There is a place there. You can find out more about me on my About page, and you can sign up to work with me if you'd like. That's the best place. You can find me on Facebook and Pinterest as well. I've got a pretty big Pinterest following as far as I love ideas and projects. So if you want organizing and different time management things, that's definitely there. But the best place is lifeonherown.com.
Awesome. And what is your last words of wisdom for someone who's just starting out in their business?
I think the last word is of wisdom is one. This business owners, I think is the next wave is where we need to go. I think that we're seeing the need to stay at home, and we're seeing a lot of my clients I talk to, this is where they want to be, because they can spend time with their families and friends and things. And I think that this is just exciting time for us, because we can do this with all the technology, the community. Like I said, people all over the world. There's so many resources, and even though it might seem as though you're kind of in your own little world because everybody's doing their 9-to-5 job, really this is the way we're going. And I think that there's so much opportunity here in starting your own business, and not to get discouraged at all.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people have said that too, because there's just the normal 9-to-5, everyone in your close bubble, that's what they're doing. And that's what your parents think you should do. And there's just so many people that in here that don't understand there's this whole world out here. And I think that's what you touched on. And that's kind of our mission, and of not being alone, and giving you that community and the support to help each other out and to really grow together. And it's very similar to the kind of like your mission as well too. So I think it is an exciting time. I'm glad you mentioned that. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your journey and your story with us, Char. I know it's going to be very inspirational to other women.
Thanks, Anna. I appreciate it.
Thank you.